Hello and welcome back to another video. Today's Wednesday, so this is Waffle on a Wednesday, where I answer your questions to the best of my ability. And for those of you that are new here, my name's Mel and I live full time in this Mercedes Sprinter camper van. And if you've got any questions for me, I invite you to leave those questions in the comments section of this video, and I'll do my best to answer those questions in next week's Waffle on a Wednesday. Now, before we start this week's Waffle on a Wednesday, I'd like to say thank you to everybody that brought stickers off me through Buy Me a Coffee. I really do appreciate your support. It really does help me out, so thank you. And if you'd like one of my stickers, then please do head over to buy me a coffee, and in return I will send you a sticker. Once again, thank you to everyone that has brought me a coffee this week. I really do appreciate it. Right, let's crack on with this week's Waffle on a Wednesday. How much coffee has he had before filming this? That comes from Graham Moore. Well, Graham, I do actually drink quite a lot of coffee during the day. Some days more than others. I've had a few today, can you tell? Now, talking about my stickers, Rob has a great suggestion. Love the channel, Mel. Fist pump. Thank you, Rob. How about stickers with Tata for Now, or t-shirts with Tata for Now on the back and Big Van Small World on the front? That's a brilliant suggestion, Rob. I love it. But for now, I'm afraid all you can buy are these t-shirts with Big Van Small World on the front, or I've got some hoodies with Big Van Small World logo on the back. So if that's something that interests you, then do check the merch section below this video. I really appreciate the support and a great suggestion, Rob. Brilliant. And now for a more serious question. This comes from Adrian Lawrence. Quick question. We love a quick question. Thank you, Adrian. I have a 200 watt solar setup with a smart controller and batteries. I intend to charge my power pack with that setup instead of the cigarette lighter socket in my van. Do you foresee any problems with that? Perhaps you have time to answer this question on Waffle on a Wednesday. Well, Adrian, you're absolutely right. I do actually have two power packs underneath my bed of two brands, two different brands. I'm not going to mention the name of those power packs because, after all, I don't want people to accuse me of this channel being a shopping channel. But to answer your question, I actually charge those power packs using the solar panel and also this 12 volt cigarette lighter socket type fitting that I have underneath my table. So before I drive my van, I plug this into my cigarette lighter socket under my table, which is wired to my main battery bank, so the alternator is then charging my main battery bank and my power packs at the same time. And I've just driven around about 200 miles and both my power packs are now fully charged. Just bear one thing in mind, my plug does get rather hot, so please do keep an eye on your wiring when you're charging your power packs this way. And the last time I mentioned this, it was suggested that I cut this cable and wire my power packs directly to my battery pack. But I am currently looking for a cable that I can connect to my battery pack to connect directly to my power packs. I'm still researching this. Thanks for the great question, Adrian. Really appreciate it. And good luck with the setup of your van. And if you do happen to find such a adapter cable, then please do let me know in the comment section of this video. I would really appreciate it, and I'm sure other viewers would too. Hi Mel, in your opinion, what is the best MPPT charge controller with a display I can purchase, i.e. what's coming in, what's going out and present voltage? Thanks, Mel. And that comes from Chris Tate. Well, Chris, I don't know about an MPP charge controller with all that information on it. I think your best bet would be to fit a smart shunt, such as the one that Victron make. I wouldn't suggest fitting one of those cheaper shunts because I've got a cheap shunt. It doesn't really give me that much information. I'm actually thinking of investing in a Victron smart shunt, the one that has the Bluetooth connectivity on it, such as this. But not only has it got this little display unit, it also, like I say, has Bluetooth connectivity, so you can see all the information on your phone. You can see what power's coming in, what power's going out, how much power you've used and how much power you've got left in your batteries. And from what I've seen on the videos about these, they are a really good bit of kit. They're around about £155, but if you really want to look after your batteries, well worth the investment. And yes, I will be buying one very shortly and fitting it to my van because, like I say, I've got a cheap shunt in my van. It doesn't give me a lot of information, but I did make a video about it, so if you're interested on how to fit a shunt, because you need to fit them all pretty much the same, I'll put a link to that video up here for you. It's called Shunt for Dummies and it will show you how to fit a shunt properly to your batteries, and this applies to any shunt no matter what the make or model. And to save you time and to help you out, I will put a link to this shunt in the description of this video just for your convenience. I do hope that helps you out, Chris, and thanks for the great question, and good luck with whatever you decide to do. How wide is one of those boards on the ceiling? They look really good, and that comes from Everyday. Thank you, Everyday. My ceiling is actually just cladding that I've stained with dark oak wood stain and then varnished with interior varnish low in VOCs. But to answer your question, they are 9 centimetres wide and they are 3 metres long and about that much too short, hence the little tiny piece at the back that goes crossways. I kind of cheated on that. And funny enough, Rebecca was having a dig at me about that just the other day. There's a good question from 7 Day. Hi Mel, great video once again. Well, thank you 7 Day, that's very kind of you. Just a quick question if I may. You got a tracking device some time ago, does it still work? I'm looking to get one. Yes 7 Day, my tracker still works. The tracker's made by Streetwize and it just so happens I fitted it 1 year ago this week. And yes, it's still working perfectly fine. In fact, if I jump up and down, the chances are my phone alarm will go off. 1 minute, let's try it. There you go, there goes my tracker alarm. So yes, it is still working. And if anyone out there hasn't seen the video of me fitting a tracker to my van, I'll put a link to that video up here. I highly recommend anyone to fit a Streetwize tracker to their van. I'll put a link in the description as well for your convenience. Thanks for the great question. Now MaxV77 left a really nice comment about last week's waffle on a Wednesday, and I quote, "Hi Mel, loving the sound of the waves in the background. It's what makes me want to get a van one day. Looking forward to more videos on the new bike." Well, MaxV77, yes, last week we did have this beautiful sound of the ocean in the background, but today, unfortunately, we're in a car park. Say hi, Becky.
Hi, Becky.
So unfortunately, van life isn't all about sunshine and waves and beaches. Sometimes you do actually end up staying in a car park. But don't let that burst your bubble, because van life really is fantastic and I highly recommend anyone thinking about living in a van, they do it, or at least they give it a shot. Thanks for the great comment. So now it's time for this week's Troll of the Week. Roll the intro.
Troll of the Week.
And this week's award for Troll of the Week goes to Katie Hall. As she says, "Look how hot it is and he's got a hat on. What is going on in his head? Or is it on his head? Hair loss. Ha ha ha." Well, Kate, I may not have much hair, but I consider myself to be quite good looking and I am quite confident. Unlike your good self, I notice you don't even have a picture in your profile. Such a pity not to have as much confidence as I. But thank you for leaving a comment anyway, because after all it does give me content for my channel. So thank you, I appreciate it. Now I really don't mind getting the odd trolling comment, because I quite often get really nice heartfelt comments like the one I'm about to read out, and this comes from Spamela Mangro. I do hope I pronounced that name correctly and I apologise if I didn't. And they also end with a question, so I shall read the comment out in its entirety, then address the question. "Was travelling west yesterday and pulled over to let a silver van merge onto the motorway. It didn't take me long to figure out it was you and Rebecca. I wanted to pull alongside and give you a real thumbs up, but I was in a car, so I figured probably wouldn't have made much sense. But for anyone who has ever wondered, Mel really does drive at a sensible speed, legally and below the permitted 60 mph speed limit. And he knows what his indicators are for and how to use them. Followed you for a bit on the off chance that you would pull into a services, but then the motorway split and we went our separate ways. Such a shame. Would have loved to have said hi and thank you in person, but will do so virtually here instead. Quick question, who doesn't love them? What's the strap thing for by your spare wheel? Well, first of all, Spammer, thank you for such a lovely comment. I really do appreciate it. Now, as far as the strap that runs down the side of my spare wheel, that is in fact just a bungee strap, and I use it to hold my sliding door open if ever I'm parked up and my nose is slightly downhill, because the latch on my sliding door is broken. So when I open my sliding door, I simply reach back, grab the bungee cord, wrap it around the handle of my sliding door, and it stops my sliding door slamming shut by accident. Well spotted and very observant of you. And thank you once again for the great compliment. I really do appreciate it. Now, if you've got any questions for me, then I invite you to leave them in the comments section of this video. And don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. After all, it gives my life purpose and meaning. Thanks for watching this video, and I'll see you next week. Ta-da for now.